Hello! I would like to welcome you to the Laramy-K Optician Works Training Center, where it has been a couple of months now since we did the piece on the DAL, or the direct addition lenses. I mentioned I wanted to get my hands on a set of them and take them for a test drive. Well, they have arrived, and after many weeks of delays for all kinds of reasons, I've got a set to run. So we're going to do that. We're going to go over the fitting instructions, layout instructions, block these things up, run them on the edger, and then I am going to wear them for at least 48 hours. Maybe we could start a clock down there in the corner, and we'll see what we think. Let's get to it. When Yoav was here with us in the training center, he mentioned that fitting for a DAL is a critical piece of the success of wearing the lens. So I started with an Opticam shot, and that gives me my pupillary distance, my heights, my angles, personalized PDs, near PDs, frame measurements, everything that they need. Real quick, it says Dualux fitting instructions, the distance reference point, prism reference point, layout reference point, all coincide with the engraving reference points, or ERP. I'll put this up for you. In other words, everything works off of a center of the lens between the two laser etchings. The engraving marks are about 34 millimeters apart. 3-digit addition code on the temporal side, 3-digit lens code on the nasal side. Everything is 17 millimeters center between the engraving marks. Frame selection, minimum recommended B of 28. And what do we have here? Let's see, I'm pretty sure I got that covered pretty well. Yeah, I got 36 there, so we're good. Fixed hinge frame should have a minimum pantoscopic tilt of 8 degrees when fitted. Adjustable frame should have pantoscopic tilt between 8 degrees and 14. At the bottom on mine was 17. So I'm a little heavy on my panto, so we may need to do a little tweaking there. Adjusting the frame pantoscopic tilt is key for success on all freeform multifocal back designs to bring the near portion of the lens surface parallel to the patient's eye. So if we have any trouble, I guess we'll start with panto trying to figure it out. Fitting and ordering of DAL lenses. DAL lenses are measured and fitted the same as progressives. All right, got that part down. All right, so let's figure out our layout part of all of this now. Let's take a peek at these lenses. All right, let me try to get you a good shot of that so you can see what these look like. And it tells me 3-digit lens design code or design name, nasal side. So this is going to be my left lens. This is going to be my right. And I've got my layout chart here. This is my right lens, nasal this way. All right, good. All right, I've had this frame for, goodness, about a year, sitting around waiting for a project like this. I picked this up, Vision Expo West, I think it was. Let's go ahead and hit the edger and start wearing our DAL lenses. Okay, finishing is done. Let's clean these up. These do not have an AR coat, so that AR pen really gets into that CR39, so I'm going to take a little alcohol to get those markings off. There we go. All right, my DAL Direct Edition lenses. It is, and I can prove this is Monday, June the 1st. There's my local newspaper to prove it. I am going to wear these as much as I possibly can, forcing myself to wear them until at least Wednesday morning, June the 2nd, 3rd. There we go. I'll be back in a couple of days. As promised, I waited a couple of days. It is now Wednesday, June the 3rd, and I have been wearing my DAL lenses as much as possible. I wanted to love these lenses. I mean, I really, really wanted to love them, but I don't. As I mentioned, these lenses are still in development, and I think they may still have a little ways to go. Now, with that said, I am a pretty horrible test candidate. I don't like progressives. I barely tolerate aligned bifocal. I wear no distance correction unless I'm driving at night. And I pretty much live in a single vision intermediate pair for the bench, for the video editing that we do, and for all my reading. Here is what I found while wearing the DAL lenses. On the good side of things, distance vision. Really, really good. Full field, sharp, perfectly good distance viewing. We had talked about no image jump, and there really isn't. It's much like Yoav described. It's kind of a zoom in, zoom out effect. We talked about no clear, blur clear, like a blended bifocal has. And that's true. We talked about no line, and there really isn't one. If vanity were an issue for me, I'd certainly like these over-aligned bifocal. Now, on the not so good side, we have the near vision area. They sent me both versions of the lens, their active and their business, and I tried both of them. And I played around a lot with frame adjustments. I can't really describe it exactly, but there is a near sweet spot that works just fine. But it seems like it's kind of buried practically at the bottom of the eye wire, and finding and holding it just seems a little tricky. Now, of course, these lenses are designed specifically to be distance and near, so it isn't a surprise that I need to hold things quite close for me to see them clearly. So don't get me wrong, if I pay attention to what I'm doing, I can find what I need. But I wouldn't exactly call it natural, I think is the word. Which leads me back around to I'm probably not a great test case for these. And I suspect that someone that is brand new to wearing them might adapt quite differently. So am I personally tossing out my favorite old line bifocals and switching to a DAL? Well, no, not yet, I'm not. Thank you so much to Quest and to Yoav, and we will certainly be staying in touch because, again, I want to love these lenses. Let's see what the future brings. As always, thank you so much for watching. If you're watching me on YouTube, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Watching us on Facebook, please do give us a like or leave us a comment, and make sure that every lens in your optical world comes from Laramy-K. I will see you again next week.